So values have been studied by psychologists for decades and decades. But what's been missing is a way to connect all of this great psychology and insight in a real-world marketing setting. So over the past 3 years, we've been working with psychologists and data scientists and researchers at USC and at San Francisco State University. And we've created a tool that measures and pinpoints people's values and then predicts their purchase behavior. Now, there are definitely some different characteristics. So there are 6 different characteristics that we've created. And this is coming from lots of social media data, lots of information out there. There's more information than ever before at our fingertips. And so we've used that to create what we really think are important to these 6 types. Can everyone see this okay? Okay, great. So I'll just run through this really quickly, give you guys kind of an overview. So I'm a freedom seeker. I'm a CEO. I will never work for anyone. I care about being independent and self-guided. I like to do my own thing. Now, purpose seekers, those are the people that pull up to Whole Foods in their Prius and jump out, and they care about making a difference globally. They care about global conditions. They definitely are shopping at Whole Foods. Tradition seekers, those are the people who are well grounded in established systems of thought and behavior. So what that might mean is that's the buddy that you have that goes to the same fishing spot that his dad went to, that his grandpa went to, that they've always gone to. They're not really deviating a lot from that. It's all about doing the same thing. Security seekers, now that's the person who has every detail planned out of that refrigerator that they're going to buy. They've mapped out every possible combination. They know exactly what they're going to do, and they really care about the security and the well-being of themselves and those around them. They're very logical, very practical. You guys can see we have a little handout that talks a little bit more about that. The handout that you have dives into this a little bit more deeply. Prestige seekers, those are the guys getting the bottle service at the nightclub. Grey Goose, I think we have that. Do we have any prestige seekers? Anyone here getting bottle service? Okay, Julie, yeah. Probably have some tradition seekers. Pleasure seekers, they want different types of pleasure, whether it's exciting things like skydiving or bungee jumping, or maybe it's just the pleasure of biting into a chocolate bar and tasting all of the different nuance of all the different flavor combinations. So they seek out pleasure and unique experiences. So those are all the different value combinations. So let me give you an example to kind of hit this home a little bit. Let's talk about one category that is commonly lumped together by demographic marketers, and that's moms. So say you have a mom that is a purpose seeker. Now she's going to be motivated by the greater good, right? So she's going to go out of her way to align with companies that may give back to charity. She's going to pay more for products that are local and or organic. And when she's active on social media, she's active because she wants to help other people. That's her motivation. And when she hears stories that really move her and really resound with her, they're stories that have happy endings. Now, contrast that with a mom who might be a security seeker. So she cares about the most practical possible decision. She wants the best value for her money. And when she's making decisions, she's likely to use coupons or discounts. She seeks out the best value. She's shopping on Amazon. She's doing price comparisons. When she's active on social media, she's active because she wants to stay closely connected to her family and her friends. And when she hears stories that really resonate with her, that really move her, they're stories that have clear moral messages. So you can see how two people in the same demographic category, their values might motivate them to act differently during different phases of the purchase process. Can you guys see yourselves doing some of these decisions? Is this making sense to you? Do we have any purpose seekers in the audience who are shopping at Whole Foods? And no purpose seekers? No one shopping at Whole Foods? Wow, I'm amazed. Great. Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe not all purpose seekers shop at Whole Foods.
That's right.
Purpose, that's how you define purpose. I consider myself a purpose seeker. I go to Whole Foods because I have a wonderful beer selection.
There you go.
I have everything.
You bring up a great point because you actually may have different values, more than one value. So to a certain degree, you may have an importance of all of those values. But what our research has shown is that how you prioritize those values is what impacts your purchase behavior. So is it more important to you to have, the pleasure of trying these different beers, or is it more important to you to give back? And so understanding how you prioritize those different values is what allows us to customize our messaging and to target you in a different way than someone else who might be more motivated by purchase. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So let's go back to some of these brands that you guys love, and let's think. So we've got Lululemon. Who might love Lululemon?
Prestige.
Yeah, right, because it's about having the brand name, right? It's about that. So Prestige. Apple. What do you think about Apple? Freedom seeker, independent, doing your own thing, creativity. Absolutely. What about Starbucks?
Pleasure.
Yeah. Especially those of you that are getting the, triple caramel. What's your drink, Stacy? Did you say Starbucks?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I have a drink.
What's your, right.
Soy vanilla latte.
There you go. So everyone's got their drink when they're going to Starbucks because it's that flavor, it's that moment. Yeah. What do you guys think about Stone Brewery? And we'll tell you, you tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you what our research showed. Tradition seeker. Interesting. Anyone else?
Freedom. Prestige is too.
Brand loyalty.
Prestige. Yeah. Yeah, we found, well, I'll tell you a little bit more, but we found actually that Stone, the majority of their customers are freedom seekers. But then they also have purpose seekers, and I'll tell you a little bit more later kind of why, and then they also have pleasure seekers. So, freedom seekers, they're the ones who are probably getting, have you ever met anyone who has a Stone tattoo? It's called Marked for Life, and there are hundreds of people that get the arrogant bastard tattoo. So those are the freedom seekers, but they love, the fact that Stone's innovative, and yeah. Right. Absolutely. Okay, any more? Let's see. What do you guys think about Rubio's? That's a tough one. Pleasure, maybe? Yeah. I buy that. Tradition, maybe? Tradition? Yeah.
They're interesting.
Okay.
They were like they started.
They're a family-owned. Who?
San Diego.
San Diego-based. Yep. That's great. Tiffany, that one's kind of an easy one, right? Prestige. You've got the bling. Right. What about Grey Goose? We definitely said was prestige, right?
Pleasure.
Or pleasure. It could be pleasure for sure too, because it's excitement.
Tradition for some people.
Yeah. And what about BMW? Wow. There's a lot, and it definitely depends on your motivation. Yeah. That's an interesting one. And then FedEx. What do you think, Steve? Security, yeah. And purpose. Oh, because do they give back? Do they have a charitable component? Okay. That's great. So you can see how, different brands might appeal to different people based on their values, and you can see how those might interact throughout the purchase process. Any questions so far? Think about values as the compass. If the life is a journey, values are the compass. So at any given time, I maybe was a little bit more of a pleasure seeker before I had my son 6 months ago, right? I went skydiving. Would I go skydiving now? Probably not, because I'm a little more, maybe more of a security seeker. So I think depending on times in your life, but that's where how you prioritize those values. And so when you look at the definition of values, sometimes those values can change situationally. Yeah.